Welcome back to One Piece Anime Re-Review, Part 34D. Yep, this one I'm finally finishing up my review for my re-review for Punk Hazard, discussing episodes 615 to 625. Yep, it took a while. Now, the last one I did for this one was just barely a month ago, and now I finished up Punk Hazard. Good job. Technically, we're not done with season. Now, this is from season 16 of the series. There's still technically one arc left. They did, in fact, fully dub, which I'm glad they did. And that was the Seichiro arc, which that comes right after this one. I will be discussing that tomorrow, but it was getting kind of late, and I really wanted to do at least reviews tonight. So, discussing episodes 615 to 625. Well, what happens in these episodes? Well, we get the debut of, I think, at least a few new characters. Yes. We get a debut of the character Buffalo. Yes, a character who does show up in the very next arc of the series. Because, like what happened in the previous arc, basically, which was Fishman Island, which had pretty much set up for Whole Cake, which doesn't happen for several arcs after this one was mostly put, these last few episodes, was planting the seeds for Dressrosa, which came next. Which, Buffalo's not the only new character making his debut. We also had a debut of Leo G. Yeah, Leo G is seen briefly, and there's this other woman seen there with him who looks kind of like Miss Merry Christmas from the Brock. I don't remember the name of the woman, but someone associated with Leo G. Yeah, and we also see Sugar. We hear her dub actress for the first time in the series. Well, yeah, first one because, well, unless you watched this arc already, at this point, prior to recently, the only time you heard her voice is basically her Japanese voice actress, because Funimation not got this dub yet, this arc yet, but yes, this arc is now fully dubbed. Yes, now at the time when I was watching this 3 years ago, this is the first arc I watched entirely subbed. The reason being, because the dub wasn't available yet. Because when I was watching the dub 3 years ago, I only got as far as episode 539. This is 625. I've come a long way since then. Yep. Aside from the fact we have debuted a few new characters and we have some mild setup for Dressrosa, I mean even toward the very end, we also see debut of Luffy's one of his newest moves, the Grizzly Magnum, which makes his debut in the second episode of this batch of episodes. Yep, we used to beat up Caesar Clown. Yeah, he finally defeats Caesar Clown in this arc. We also see the deaths of two other characters. Virgo, via an explosion, and Monette, in the most honest way possible. Like, we have Caesar Clown after he gets beaten by Luffy. He takes out a heart. He thinks it's Smoker's, and he takes a metal spike and stabs it. And he thinks he killed Smoker. Nope, he killed Monette. Yep, he had no idea. He killed Monette. Bye-bye, Monette. I wouldn't be surprised though when Luffy Now, Luffy does meet her sister in the very next arc. But the thing is, nobody tells Luffy the Straw Hats that Sugar and Monette are sisters. Yeah, nobody tells them. I'm like, really? Yeah, that's the thing. Also, we see Doflamingo taking some action here. Yeah, mostly put for him, like in the case of Leo G and Baby 5 and Buffalo. Yeah, they're here just to see that we basically plant the seeds and I've just set up for Dressrosa. So, right after basically Law, now Kinemon, while looking for Momo, he gets pretty much petrified, though he gets later freed, thanks to all being knocked over. And of course, well, when he sees basically Momo first time, Momo does transform back into his human form, and of course he's naked. Why is he naked? Probably because the first time he transformed into his pink dragon form. Though Kinemon does his little transformation to give him clothes anyways. He pretty much wears his outfit, from what I can tell. He wears his outfit up until the most recent arc of the series. That's when he finally changes his clothes. He wears this thing the whole time because once he takes off the clothes, he's completely naked because he's basically it's just Kinemon's Dever power, give or take. Yes, and plus one thing interesting though is that we see the, believe it or not, the first post time skip appearance of Aokiji. Yeah, he shows up toward the end of this, where he briefly fights Doflamingo, which that was really cool. Yep, and we also kind of wrap up basically the plot with the children. That was really cool. Yeah, it seems as though with these last 11 episodes, we're just wrapping up this arc really quickly. I'd say the first thing they wrapped up as soon as you start this batch is the fight between, we have Virgo versus Smoker and Law, where pretty much Smoker retrieves Law's heart, gives Law back his heart. Law basically sees back his heart. He uses room. Well, actually, first we have Virgo, who goes his whole top half of his body armored hockey, and then he slices him in half thanks to his sword, and then he slices it to pieces, and he basically has the stupid like, how many breakfasts in the morning? And then he just slices his face in half, and well, he's seen one at a time via the explosion that Law caused, basically by destroying the SAD facility. And well, that's last you see of Virgo in present day, because he does show up in Dressrosa in flashbacks. Yep, but this arc is the last you see of Virgo. And fun fact about the character, about him and Monette are the first characters to die post time skip. The Monette, believe it or not, this is quite interesting though about her. She is the first woman to die in present day. Yes, seriously, she is. She is the first named woman character to die in present day. That's quite interesting to say the least. And the thing is, she didn't do hardly anything at all. I mean, she just shows up briefly for a couple episodes where she talks to Doflamingo. She gets stabbed and she dies. That's all you see of her, because her role in the arc is pretty much done. And basically, and we also see return of Franky. Franky, he was absent for the last batch episodes for good reason. They actually explain what the heck he was up to. Like, he got back to Sunny, went over to their side, retrieved the Mini Mary, went back over, know about the gas, and wants to take on some fighting. So he brings up the General Franky, where he just opens fire on Baby 5, purely based on the fact that he thinks that they're there to steal his cola. And the thing is, they have no interest in stealing his cola. All they want is Caesar. And it's like, oh, that's your plan. Okay. Fights him anyways. And then we have it's where Caesar kind of gets away with Baby 5 and Buffalo. Though thanks to, well, everybody basically gathering up on the cart. This is after Caesar's defeated. Yeah, Caesar's defeated, believe it or not, about 3 episodes in by Luffy via his Grizzly Magnum punch. This big thing. It also kind of frees his hands, so he's able to shake it off no problem, because it didn't fully cover his hands, which that's interesting to say the least. That's better. Yeah. And get this. Guess who takes down Caesar even after he got punched? It takes Nami and Usopp. Yes. Of course, Caesar reveals true color. It's like, yeah, his old men, they're just his own guinea pigs. Yep. Oh yeah, it's also revealed here exactly where Law tells everybody what the plan is to take down Kaido. Yep, that's the plan. That's pretty much the main plot thread running through up until very recently for One Piece, is take down Kaido. Dressrosa is the first key to that. Zoo Island is basically there to set up basically Whole Cake, and then Whole Cake basically leads into the events of Wano. But you have the Reverie arc too. Also, this is something interesting though about Punk Hazard. It is the last arc of the series, adapted for the anime, where the amount of episodes basically you see for this arc, that's the same amount you have for the manga. Yeah, the last one, because Dressrosa, next canon got this one, is 6 episodes longer than the actual arc itself. Zoo Island is a bit shorter than it is in the manga. Whole Cake is like 95. It's like 95 episodes, and it's like 20 episodes longer than the actual arc itself. And in the case of Reverie, same thing too. It's actually like twice the length of it due to the fact they kept splitting the chapters in half every episode and filling with a lot of stock footage. Wano's kind of the same thing too. Excuse me, yeah. Let's see, is anything else? Oh yeah, and after basically Caesar's defeated via, well, Usopp finds basically just and basically Caesar's men just happen to have Sea Prisoner handcuffs on him. So basically Usopp basically has his Kabuto slingshot eat up some rebel, and where Baby Five and Buffalo take out Vietnamese electricity, or basically her lightning, and though they also basically blow some poison smoke thanks to Nami's wind, because and Law asks this question: does anybody here know how to use wind, the wind ability? And Nami's like, I can do that. And then she just blows away the poison gas, no problem, and takes down Baby Five and Buffalo. And Usopp is the one that takes down Caesar Clown. And they pretty much put them on bags. And what happened to Baby Five and Buffalo? Well, they're decapitated, but they're still alive because, well, Law's ability. So, they was basically recovered them, no problem. And, well, Law makes a deal with Doflamingo. You want Caesar Clown back? Fine. Resign your post as a warlord. Though, here's the thing. In the sub, he also asked him to step down into King of Dressrosa. Why the heck they didn't include that in the dub, I have no idea. Because I thought that was strange. Like, that's the thing. Basically in the sub, that's basically what he said. He asked him to step down step down from the warlords and step down from the King of Dressrosa. Here it's just one thing. I'm not really sure why they changed that for, but they did. I thought that was weird. I mean, this is what I remember from watching it 3 years ago. That's what Law asked him to do. Stop being a warlord and stop being the King of Dressrosa. Just become a civil pirate just to get back Caesar Clown. Yep. And he says he has one day to think about it. He won't think about seeing the papers. And that's when he goes to Punk House to take on Smoker. And what's Tashigi up to? Well, she took the children off to Vegapunk to get them helped out. They have this wonderful eating sequence, which I thought was so fun. That everybody got a chance to eat and have fun. And of course, Zoro tells everybody, "Okay, if we got food, you guys go on this tanker and bring out the booze." And then the little kid's like, "Be sure to bring some juice for us." And okay. And of course, they're all celebrating. And of course, they had this little funny little moment later. I had to bring this up where because Nami knows Luffy loves meat. So basically he's like doing this, poking with me, and then she just eats it right there. I thought that was so funny. Yeah, that was so hilarious. This is their period. While this was going on, basically the G5 basically is trying to stop. Well, the children act like pirates, basically blocking their view. Though Tashigi tells them, "Knock it off. You're being stupid." And, well, they apologize. And he says, "We'll grow up and be pirates." And they're like, "That's the last thing we want you to do." And they go off. And don't worry, they do show up briefly in the very next arc. But that's the last you see of Tashigi and Smoker. Because they don't show up in the Reverie arc. And they sure don't, as far as I can tell, I don't think they show up in the Wano arc when they do the whole thing that happened that's not going to be adapted just yet in the series. Yeah. Though I should talk about the Aokiji thing. Now Aokiji this is the first thing he's been seen since his battle with Aokiji, the current at Fleet Emerald. And it's implied. Oh yeah, and also it's showing in the Z movie. He actually lost his leg. Yeah, he actually lost his leg. So you see him standing there, face off against Doflamingo, that's actually an ice leg. That's not his actual leg, because he lost his leg some time ago. He has a brief fight with Doflamingo, and then it goes off with Buffalo and Baby Five, and of course he's just relaxing at Buffalo's back. And basically Baby's like, "It's the last time I take anything orders from you." Because basically he kept killing her fiancés. Basically he killed 8 of her fiancés. And she apparently thinks her guns are special to her, which, okay, I get. And of course she offered Devil Power, where apparently she can transform into weapons like a sword, a top, or like a freaking rocket, or like it was like a lot of stuff. These episodes are pure fun and pure and just really good. And then of course we also have the explanation basically what's gonna happen over the next arc. Like they're going to Dressrosa. And Kiba's like, oh yeah, I have a comrade there. Which has a plot thread that's there to set up something that happened in Dressrosa. Yep. Oh yeah, and also this was so hilarious. And Momo briefly disappears, and Kinemon's like, where's Momo? And then Nami's like, oh, he's taking a bath with Robin. And then Kinemon, Sanji, and Brook like, what? And they all race up there. And of course, we had this, well, basically a good fan service moment. We're seeing Momo taking a bath with a smoking hot Robin. And they come out like, oh, they're basically covered. And it's like, and now in the sub, basically, Robin's asked, why did she do this? And she said, because she felt like it. Here, she's never asked that for some reason. Nothing I can think of, no. Yeah, and then of course, well, Nami basically beats up the three guys. And it's like, as punishment, Momo was sleeping in the same bed as Robin and I. Oh my gosh, that's Nami for you. Yeah, there's actually a wonderful image. And though the episode does end, setting up the anime original arc Seeds Retrieval, which involves animals for some reason. Yeah, I'll discuss that tomorrow. Oh no, fantastic set of episodes, and this arc itself was really, really good. Okay, so that's it for Signal View. Well, I thought I would have time to do one more review tonight. But it's 11 o'clock. I'll probably save it for tomorrow. Okay? Produce next video. Bye.